fresh out the box.
Fresh California plums.
Welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, the podcast where two dudes pick the newest films streaming or in theaters and discuss them. Today we're talking about 2022's Hustle, which was directed by Jeremiah Zagar. I'm your co-host, Alec.
Oh, I'm Eric. Just kidding. It's Justin. I can't even do it with a straight face anymore.
I love it, like, Eric's, like, on, like, paternity leave. He's not even doing the podcast, and you're still like, That is how he sounds like.
He's here in spirit, so.
Yeah, he always is. Nah, he's probably playing Fortnite right now. So this is actually the first sports movie I think we've ever covered on this, or, like, obviously Wheel of Horror. There's not a lot of sports horror films, but, right? Can you think of any other sports movies we've covered?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I think this is the first sports movie and the first Adam Sandler movie.
Is it the first Adam Sandler movie?
I can't think of another one. I mean, Uncut Gems was 2019, so that would have been too old for us to do, so.
Oh, yeah. I think we were planning on adding Hubie Halloween, right?
That's the next wheel, the next October wheel. We're going to do that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. But Eric's like, dude, it looks funny.
It is good. It is good.
Oh, fuck you. No, but all that aside, like, dude, Adam Sandler consistently keeps impressing me, though, when he doesn't do comedies. Like, he's a goddamn good actor.
He's great, yeah.
I know, but, like, before we get into the movie a little bit, I mean, like, you and I, obviously, growing up, like, we loved all of the, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, Wedding Singer. It was just, like, he could do no wrong from, like, 95 to, like, 2003. It was, like, on fire. Then there was a period where everybody's like, fuck Adam Sandler, he's not funny, he sucks, like, Zohan was dumb, like, all, people were just shitting on him, which, he had a lot of bad movies for a while. But damn, dude, he has made a full-blown comeback in the last, like, 4 or 5 years, and I just gotta say, Adam Sandler, goddamn.
Yeah, I mean, first, I just want to clear the air and say, I love the Zohan, okay?
What?
I love the Zohan. It's hilarious, dude. Like, every time I see it, which hasn't been for a while, I picture Mike in Israel, and I'm like, is that how they really talk? And the whole fizzy bubble, yeah, it's great.
Ugh.
But yeah, dude, I mean, the early 90s movies, Little Nicky, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, like, love those, watch those all throughout high school. And yeah, he's had some stupid movies like Click and Jack and Jill.
Oh, Jack and Jill.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, he can do Uncut Gems, and this was a great movie, and I think he's got probably a contract with Netflix, but, like, if I saw this in theaters, I would be happy with it.
Yeah, me too. Like, genuinely. Same with Uncut Gems wasn't a Netflix movie, so yeah, never mind. But, yeah, same thing, dude. I don't even like sports movies, really. But this movie, like, I don't know, man. The second I saw Adam Sandler on screen, I was just like, I like him.
Was it a sports movie, though? Or was it a coming-of-age film?
You know what? There's no movie that's, like, really about sports. It's, like, always about something bigger, and then sports is just, like, in it. It's like the teacher that has to go fix the inner city school, like, through sports. like Raging Bull. That's not a boxing movie. That's about, like, a guy. That's like a biopic. I don't know.
And Queen Latifah was in it. I thought she was dead.
What?
I haven't seen her in, like, 10 years in anything.
I loved her in this, man. I thought her and Adam Sandler, I'm like, I just want to, like, go over their house for dinner. Like, they seem like a really, like, a good couple in real life. You didn't like Queen Latifah in this?
No, I did. I just completely forgot, like, she existed.
Yeah, she hasn't really been in much, ever since Taxi with Jimmy Fallon. I haven't seen her. I haven't really seen her.
Ben Foster, he's great. Uh-huh. He always plays like a douche. Oh, and then Robert Duvall was in it.
Yeah.
I knew when he died, I was like, damn, the son's going to take over, and I bet, like, not follow through with his promise, and then it happened.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple things where you're like, okay, clearly. But speaking of who I thought was dead, I definitely thought Robert Duvall was dead. I did not. Dude, how old is he? He's 91.
Yeah, he's old.
Good God. But yeah, so... Yeah, Ben Foster, I love him in 3:10 to Yuma. I remember that movie. He was really good. He's like the bad guy. And then, he's Russell Crowe's little right-hand guy. But yeah, Robert Duvall, great character. And I love, like, his dynamic with Adam Sandler. And you could tell, even from the little time that Robert Duvall had on screen, he was polite to his driver. You could tell he was, like, a working-class guy that just made it to where he is.
Yeah.
So I love that.
And the son was just, like, a spoiled dick.
And Adam Sandler says that to him. He's like some spoiled third base bitch or whatever he calls him. Yeah, I mean, and the whole thing is like proving to him that, like, this guy's worth it. But why do you think Ben Foster's character had it out for Adam Sandler?
I mean, dude, it could have been a multitude of things. I don't think it was specifically had it out for him. I think he, was just young and entitled, and he felt like he knew best because he was in charge, even though it seemed like Adam Sandler throughout the movie, everyone he met, he had a history of being like one of the best. I forgot what they're called. Scouts, yeah. Like one of the best scouts, and all of his picks were great. And then, Ben picked that one guy who sucked or he got injured. I forgot what happened.
Oh, yeah, the German guy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt like he wanted Bo to fail, it felt like, even though, like, he's clearly good. It was, like, because Adam Sandler brought him in, he's like, I don't want this guy to do good.
Yeah.
It was weird. I guess, like, a little brief overview of the film. So, basically, the film is about Adam Sandler. He's a scout for the 76ers in Philadelphia, the basketball team. So he goes around internationally and looks for, like, really good players that he could bring over to the 76ers, essentially. And he finds this one guy in Spain, Bo, who's basically like this undiscovered 22-year-old in Spain. He's a fantastic basketball player, and he brings him back to America to try to be like, look what I found, sort of thing. And that's basically where the whole movie kind of starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an hour and 57 minutes long, and it got a 7.4 on IMDb.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good length. Like, it covered a lot. The movie was not just about Adam Sandler scouting this dude for his team. It was also showing how, like, even though he was such a successful scouter, he still had, like, a beat-up car, and he was constantly worried about money, and he was always, like, tired, and he even said in the movie, like, he missed, like, 9 of his daughter's birthdays, so he's constantly traveling and working, and every time he was in a new hotel in a new country, he was eating like shitty fast food. So it shows the working man.
It does, but I've got to assume that the assistant coach of the Philadelphia 76ers can afford better than like a Mercury. You just have to assume that.
Yeah, I mean, I have no clue what these people make, but I would also assume that if you were like a top scout for an actual like NBA team, you're probably doing very, very well.
Right. So they didn't really explain why he's like struggling so badly financially. I mean, he's got like an amazing job.
Yeah, I have no clue. But, it was a good dynamic still.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was good because, yeah, I mean, like, he has hustle. He really does. He doesn't give up no matter what. Even if he doesn't have an income and he's losing money on this guy, he still believes in him, which is really cool. The other thing I kind of noticed, which I'm surprised there might be, like, articles like, I can't believe that hustle would fat shame for so long. But, like, Adam Sandler, like, calls himself fat, like, the entire movie. And I was like, he doesn't look that bad. But, like, every joke was basically like, I know I'm a fat fuck. I know I have boobs. Look at my boobs. I'm jiggling. Like, it's just, everything came back to, like, him being fat. I mean, am I crazy? He didn't look that bad.
No, he looks fine. I don't know why he was doing that.
But yeah, he was really, I don't know, dude, he's like 55 years old. Like, he looks fucking good.
Yeah, I also like the kind of, like, Rocky montage that they did where they had Bo, like, run up the hill and, he kept giving up, but by, like, the 50th time or whatever, he beat it, and then he kept running, and it was cool.
This movie to me really it felt like an updated Rocky. I mean, it takes place in Philadelphia just like Rocky. It's about like a guy that came from nothing, getting to the top, getting his chance. He lost, and then he gets to redeem himself. And yeah, dude, very similar to Rocky, but more so focusing on the coach. The guy that discovered Rocky, the guy that pushed Rocky as opposed to like Rocky,
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think about the basketball player, though, the Bo? What'd you think of him?
I thought it was good. I looked him up. His name is Juancho Hernan Gomez. I probably butchered that. He's super tall. I thought he was like an actual, how in some sports movies, like they have actual professional athletes in them.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is or not.
I'm looking him up.
He's played in a lot of sports movies, though, like NBA. I don't know if that means he's in the NBA.
It looks like he is. It looks like he played for the Denver Nuggets and then for the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Celtics, and he's on the Jazz now. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because he's super tall.
Yeah, he's 6'9".
It's crazy.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, but this movie was full of athletes. I mean, I don't recognize any of them, but at the end credits, it was just like, blah, 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 as himself. Blah, 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 as himself.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, everybody was an athlete. But I want to know, of all the people, was that Kermit guy an athlete? Like the bad guy?
I don't know. I tried looking him up. I couldn't find him.
I don't think he's not real. He's not real. Okay. He's a trash-talking rival of Bo Cruz, not a real basketball player. Oh, okay, so he's played by Anthony Edwards. Okay, I'm assuming we sound really dumb right now. He's probably like a big actor.
Yeah, we don't, for people listening, we don't follow sports at all, especially basketball. Like, if you talked about some football stuff, I'd probably be on the same page, but I know nothing about basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how that Kermit dude was like, they had to have like that one dick player who was taking cheap shots, like whispering like, "Oh, your mother's a whore" in his ear, and he was just like, "Don't talk about my madre." And like the whole time, like Adam Sandler was getting worried. I just wanted to be like, dude, like all you have to do is not react, and you'll be a millionaire. And he just kept reacting.
I know. I mean, he had to have one like Achilles heel though, because he was like amazing regardless. I mean, like every single thing he did, free throws he could do, he could steal the ball from people, he could shoot, like everything. But then you say one thing about his daughter and he's like, I can't play basketball anymore.
And then he did that dramatic like palm slap on the ground and everyone was like, oh, he's a monster. even though in sports history, like there have been huge like fist fighting brawls. And but this guy like hit the ground and they were like, get that Brazilian the fuck out of here.
Oh my God. First of all, he's Spanish, but I love the way you said, he's a monster. It's like the scene from Quasimodo where they see his face. They're like, ah! And they turn away.
Threw tomatoes at him and shit.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, if that happened, if a guy like threw a guy on the ground and then like brought his fist up, I feel like people would have like tackled him and be like, get off of him! And like all this stuff. But, you know, it's a movie. They shoehorned a little bit of drama in there, you know, with the mom being like, why don't you love yourself? You love your daughter, you love me, but no love for you, Bo. And he's like, you're right, Mom, I suck.
You gotta do what you love, Bo.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the other thing is like they try to add like, you know, he got that criminal record back in Madrid or whatever for like, you know, beating up the ex-wife's boyfriend or something like that. And like, why did so if maybe I understood this incorrectly, but it's like my ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend said we should get sole custody so then we'll get more money because of the kid. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go beat the shit out of this guy now. I mean, that seemed a little forced.
I don't know. I'm also wondering like how the U.S. views crimes of other countries. Like, I don't know, like if someone got an assault charge in like Portugal, would they be like, oh man, like is it the same severeness of crime? You know what I mean?
I know, we need like a sports person on here because all I know is like, didn't Michael Vick like legitimately have dogs like killing each other? He went to jail and shit.
Dude, Michael Vick was literally killing puppies, and then they went to jail and they were like, all right, get him back on the field. Somebody get that man a ball.
And then this one's like, he got in trouble, you know, but we don't know any of the details, but like he's a bad guy from a bad neighborhood and we don't want him throwing balls in this court. But I'm dead serious. Like, what does it take for, like, that seems so stupid they wouldn't investigate why he got arrested. I don't know. If you get arrested in another country, do you get stopped at customs? Does that really happen?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, speaking kind of realistic, what's happening now is, and I forgot her name, the female NBA player who went to Russia for something, was caught with weed, and like, I don't know if she's still in there, but like they were holding her for like a really long time for a marijuana charge. And like, yeah, dude, just, I don't know, she's just like stuck there or some shit.
Yeah, and the Russians are like, how about this? You give us like 50 terrorists, we'll give you back this WNBA player. They're like, no, it's not, what the fuck? It's like, she smoked weed. It's like, bad weed here. You don't smoke this here.
I know, right? Like, Putin's okay with, like, he's like, yeah, let's go, like, bomb the shit out of the Ukraine, but, like, you better not be smoking weed.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Let's go bomb a children's hospital, but, like, no smoking.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, but I just don't know. I don't know why that matters. As long as he wasn't, like, a human trafficker or something. Like, he just got, like, in one fight and got arrested, and then... Yeah. And then I was like, no, you can't play basketball in America now.
They put it on the national, like, TV. The sports anchor guy was like, in other news, this guy who's not even famous yet got in a fight back in fucking Spain.
Yeah.
Right.
No, seriously, though. Like, that really is it. Anyways, Adam Sandler, though, man, he had some pretty funny lines. Like, I really like when he was trying to, like, get in Bo's head to be like, listen, like, I'm going to make fun of you. You got to get this together. When he's like, your mom's not a whore. He's like, whores get paid. She was giving that fat ass out for free.
That was great.
You need some classic Adam Sandler in there, you know? So That was good. I mean, I just thought everything Adam Sandler did was funny, dude. I don't know. I really like him again.
What do you mean again? What made you not like him?
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Bard's Clothing. Here's the honest truth. The days of "Hi, my name is" are over. We live in a virtual world, and our images are being shared on social media and professional pages every day. So with over 1,000 fabrics to choose from, Bard's Clothing is here to tell your story through clothing. Make sure the image you want people to see is the one that you're sending, because by the time you get face-to-face, their mind might already be made up. Quality clothing, all made here in America. Head on over to www.bardsclothing.com and follow them on Instagram at bardsclothing. I mean, like Grown-Ups and Jack and Jill and just
yeah, but
like...
he knows those movies aren't good.
Okay, so don't make them then.
Yeah, but he just wants to, and it's under his what's it called, Happy Films or whatever.
Happy Madison, yeah.
Yeah, so like, dude, he just wants to make stupid films.
I know, but he can be good, which is what makes it like frustrating that like he can make good movies, but sometimes he's like, I just want to make like money and stupid movies.
Everyone has their own style. Adam Sandler likes to make some stupid, idiotic movies like the Zohan sometimes, and then you have Quentin Tarantino who has 45 minutes of like people just moving their eyes back and forth to different characters. You know, it depends on the person.
I don't know. But I know, I do like him again now, and I'm excited to follow his career more closely and just, I don't know, see where he goes. I learned a little bit about Philly fans in this episode, or this movie. I guess they're like, yeah, good thing they're like reasonable, responsible people. And then like, and obviously it's a joke or whatever. Did you know that about Phillies fans?
I mean, certain cities have reputations, and Philadelphia is one of them, yeah.
What do they say? Like, yeah, they're like the best fans in the world. Actually, they're actually the worst. But but that makes them the best. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know enough about sports. I mean, I always knew like Boston fans were annoying, but I don't know.
Boston fans, Yankee fans. Basically, dude, speaking of fans, if anyone's listening, Buckeyes fans from Ohio, Roll Tide fans from Alabama, those people are just like die hard. It's crazy.
I mean, you and I are not sports guys, so like I don't get it, but like my dad likes the Red Sox, so whatever.
Yeah, dude, back when I was in Oklahoma in the Army, you know, it's in the Midwest, so like people would come over from Alabama, up from Texas, down from Ohio, and all these people would be huge college sports fans, which I don't even understand why people like college sports more than like, you know, professional, but they'd be like, imagine just like a redneck with a huge like wad of chewing tobacco in their mouth, right? Like spitting it. And they'd be like, fucking this guy ran for 600 yards and he got 3 TDs. And they'd just be like screaming back and forth. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, I guess it makes sense, like, if you live in Oklahoma or, like, Iowa or, I guess not Illinois, but, like, a lot of those Midwestern and Southern states, like Mississippi, Alabama, all of them, they don't have any professional teams.
That's true.
You know, yeah. So it's like, you're going to root for the next best thing. I mean, I know that, like, a little bit of that Friday Night Late Show or whatever, that was about, like, high school football. That's true. Could you imagine Avon High School football having, like, a TV show? There's so much drama that goes on with our high school football team. Like, nobody gives a shit about our high school football team. You know? Yeah. Even in Connecticut, like, UConn is the only thing that people, like, give a shit about. Like, Eric pretends he likes the Bluefish and the Yard Goats and stuff, but, like, nobody does.
No, it's strictly the female Husky team, yeah.
That's it. It's that or the Red Sox, Yankees, or if you're weird, the Mets, you know? But that's it. That's all it is. But yeah, I don't know. Let me ask you, though. If you were in this guy's situation, do you think you would have given up? Because this guy seems kind of like I don't know. Like, the opportunity is so amazing for Bo. Like, he's getting to leave, and he's like, I got to call out of work. Or, like, I got to do this. Like, dude, you potentially could be, I mean, he becomes a millionaire in the end. He becomes a professional basketball player. But, like, I didn't feel it in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like someone who came from a very impoverished area, who had a daughter and a mother, and, you know, he was doing this, like, physical labor construction job. And this guy is coming to him being like, all you have to do is try out and keep your mouth shut and you'll be a millionaire. He was very resistant. But, I mean, some of those struggles is what also made the movie. Like, you know, he didn't have a father growing up or whatever. And, like, he missed his kid because he's, you know, every day he saw his kid. And, like, that was part of the struggle. But realistically, like, if I was that guy, I would have just, like, shut my mouth and just did what I was told.
Yeah, because eventually it's like, this is all going to be worth it someday. I'll be able to pay for everything. I think that the broader message about this film, just seeing it, it's almost like how to get around gatekeepers, in any industry. Like in the NBA, it's like you need to follow these certain steps, grease the right palms, make the right connections, first impressions with all these people or whatever. But if they don't like you, like the Ben Foster character just didn't like this guy, even though he probably knows this guy is good enough, the politics brought him down. He wasn't able to get into the combine and all that stuff. But then using the internet and that hashtag Boa challenge or whatever, he was then able to basically go around the gatekeepers and force himself into this combine situation because he's that good. He's undeniable. And I think that's kind of this cool internet age where it's like you don't have to follow the traditional path always. There are alternatives to get noticed.
Yeah, the power of social media, I mean, it's given a lot of people an advantage who they wouldn't have without it. And just, the movie proved it that, if you put something amazing online and put enough hashtags, like millions of people can see it within, seconds or minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I mean, that thing that Ben Foster was doing where like, he's being a dick, even though he probably knew deep down that Adam Sandler knew he was doing that. I mean, that happens at every job, no matter how small or big corporations. Like we've all been in spots where someone recommends something to their boss that makes sense. And for no reason, they're just like, no.
Right. So, I mean, I think that's the thing. It's like you have to be basically undeniable like Bo was, like showing all like the hashtags and using the money and having it be a challenge. Like people took notice. And people wouldn't have taken notice if he had followed the traditional path because of this weird hatred that Ben Foster had, not only for Bo, but mostly for Adam Sandler's character. That was cool. I like that they utilized that to get around it. This movie could have just been a big, big PSA for anti-drinking, for like anti-drunk driving, dude. Because that whole scene with Adam Sandler, he's like, I threw it all away. I got drunk.
Yeah, dude. So apparently, it's a good point. He was really good at basketball, and he probably would have gone pro. And I think he said there were 3 friends in the car who they were all going to go pro together, and he drunk drove. And did they all die? Most of them died?
No, nobody died.
Nobody died. Okay.
No, it was him and one other guy. The other guy, I think so Adam Sandler put his hand out to stop the other guy from going through the windshield, and by doing that, he like destroyed his hand.
Yeah, good anti-drinking point there, because he still did something with sports, but he would have been playing professionally and would have been rich and everything. And you can make one mistake and ruin your life, and he fucked his hand up. So,
and it's kind of, not even just for sports. It's like an analogy for anything. When you're young, you have to think about your future and repercussions. And I didn't. I certainly didn't when I was younger, and I'm sure most young people don't. But like, try to think about what could happen, because look at Adam Sandler's life and what it could have been. It's just like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 3. He can't play the guitar because he got in that accident with the Rolls Royce. Look at what happened to him. Look what happened. But anyways, yeah, it is. It's sad, and he's making the best of it. He's got a loving wife. He's got a great daughter. He's got a great job still. It's not like he's like a homeless drunk, but it's sad. And it gives a little bit of context for Bo to be like, wow, he lost everything.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I would honestly give this like a 7.8. I thought this was really cool. I love seeing Adam Sandler doing this. I don't really care about basketball, but it made me interested. And I was honestly getting pretty excited seeing them play. I was like, oh man, come on, get it. Like I was like getting into it a little bit. Mm-hmm. So 7.8 Keanu's. What about you?
Yeah, I would say 8. I think Adam Sandler did a great job. And, it made me like a sports movie. And he did good. I like Queen Latifah. I like how it had so many different aspects. Like it showed the struggles of like the working man, and then how he ruined his life with drinking, and how, he's away from his family so long, eating fucking Burger King and shit in a hotel just to try and pay the bills. So it was good.
Yeah. I also kind of liked, which a lot of movies don't do, there was no like love interest for Bo, which I kind of liked. Like, it kept it really focused on what was going on. There wasn't some, like, detour where, like, he goes off one night and gets drunk, and they're like, where are you? You missed the blah, blah, blah. Like,
right. Like a basketball cheerleader.
Yeah, like something. Like, I liked that. I like that he just was very focused on their relationship, Adam Sandler and him, and not, like, all these distractions. I also loved when they were leaving the Philadelphia airport to go... I'm sorry, the New York airport to go back to Philadelphia. And you see that one scene of his shitty car, like, coming around the corner, and it's like... and, like, skids. I was like, that's awesome. I love it when shitty cars do cool things. Yeah, that was sick. Oh, last thing. Heidi Garner, the the sister of Ben Foster.
Yep.
Yeah, she's on SNL right now. And it's cool to see her, like, I don't know, like, it wasn't a funny role at all, but it was cool to see, like, oh, she's actually a pretty good actress.
Yeah, she seemed familiar.
Anyways, we got any last minute thoughts on, what is this called? Hustle?
No, that was it. I hope Adam Sandler keeps pumping out Netflix movies.
What about a TV show?
About what, though?
Dude, what if? I could totally see this. What if they did a Billy Madison sequel TV show for Netflix? Like 30 years later, he's got to go back or something like that. Something stupid.
I don't know.
And he's got to deal with all the problems that kids face today. Actually, that could be pretty dark. Never mind. Maybe a Happy Gilmore sequel. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for listening into our episode today on Hustle. This Monday, we have our episode on VHS coming out on Wheel of Horror, so you can check that out. And if you haven't had a chance yet, we released our episode on the War of the Worlds comparison with Matt Banniver, so you can check that out. And we will see everybody next Friday with something new.
See you.